Solving problems using linear equations. Learning intention. Write and solve a linear equation from a sentence. Success criteria: I can. Let a letter stand for the unknown. Translate the sentence to an equation. For example, 5x minus 4 equals 7x plus 4x plus 7. Collect like terms, solve, and check the answer in the original statement. Example 1. When 5 times a certain number is reduced by 4, the result is the same as adding 7 to 4 times the number. Find the number. So we're going to let the unknown number be x. So the question says 5 times a certain number. So we can rewrite this as 5 times the number. So it's going to be 5 stuck onto x, because 5 stuck onto x means 5 multiplied by x. And we're letting x be the number. So 5 times the number is going to be 5x, because remember, a number stuck onto a letter means multiply. So the 5 and the x are stuck together, which means we multiply them. So 5 times the number can be rewritten as 5x. And that's because we decided to let the number be x. So the next part of the sentence is reduced by 4. So reduced by 4, we're going to rewrite as minus 4. So reduced by 4, we rewrite as minus 4. The next part of the sentence says result is the same. So result is the same means is equal to. So when we write out an equation for this, we're going to use an equal sign here. So result is the same means is equal to. The next part of our sentence says adding 7. So adding 7 can be rewritten as plus 7. And then the last part of our sentence says 4 times the number. So remember, we decided that the number was going to be x. So 4 times x is going to be 4x. So 4 times the number is going to be 4x, because 4 and x are stuck together, and two things stuck together in maths means multiply. So this means 4 multiplied by x, or 4 times x. And remember, we decided to let the number be called x. So now we're going to put it all together. So we're going to start with 5x. So we're just going to write that down. Next, we're going to subtract 4. Next, we're going to have our equal sign. Then we're going to add 7. And finally, we'll add on 4x. And now we have our equation. So we have 5x minus 4 equals plus 7, or you could just have 7 here because plus 7 and 7 mean the same thing, plus 4x. So now we're going to solve for x, which means get x on its own. So we're going to do letters to the left, numbers to the right. So the 5x is already on the left, so that's a term containing a letter. It's already on the left, so that doesn't move. But this plus 4x has to come over the equal sign and become minus 4x. So the plus 4x comes over the equal sign and it becomes minus 4x. So the 5x stayed where it was, so it didn't change sign, but the plus 4x came over the equal sign and became minus 4x. Then we have our equals. So the rule is letters to the left, numbers to the right. And by numbers, I mean constants. So constants are numbers with no letters attached. So 7 is a constant and it's already on the right-hand side, so that doesn't need to move anywhere. And it doesn't need to change sign. But the minus 4 needs to come over to the right-hand side. And when it goes over, it's going to become plus 4. So minus 4 goes over the equal sign and becomes plus 4. So we have 7 which didn't move, so it stays the same. It does not change sign. But the minus 4 came over and became plus 4. So now we simplify both sides. 5x minus 4x is minus 1x, and 7 plus 4 is 11. And 1x is the same thing as x, so x is equal to 11. So we were asked to find the number, and we reckon that the number is 11. So now we're going to check if it makes sense. So the first part of the question said, 5 times a certain number is reduced by 4. So we reckon 5 times 11 minus 4 will be the same result as adding 7 to 4 times the number, which again we think is 11. So let's work out the first part. So 5 times the number, so 5 times 11 and minus 4. So 5 times 11 is 55. And now we're going to reduce that by 4, so we're going to minus 4. And we get 51. So now we're going to check the second part of the sentence and see if we get the same number. So the second part of the sentence said, adding 7 to 4 times the number. So again, we think the number is 11. So 4 times the number, 4 times 11 is 44. And now we're going to add 7. And we do get 51. So the result is the same. So that means x is indeed equal to 11. The number is 11. Example 2. Find an expression in terms of x for the perimeter of this rectangle. Give your answer in its simplest form. And then part 2, the perimeter of the rectangle is 44 centimeters. Write down an equation and solve it to find the value of x. So here's our rectangle, and we're told that the length is 2x plus 1 centimeters, and the width is x centimeters. So part 1, we're going to come up with an expression in terms of x, which means x will be in it, for the perimeter. So to find the perimeter of any shape, we find the length around the shape. So the perimeter is the length around the shape, and we get this by adding up the sides. So one way that we can work this out is saying that the perimeter is equal to 2 times the length plus 2 times the width, because obviously the length, there's 2 lengths. If we say that 2x plus 1 is a length, then the opposite side is the same if it's a rectangle, because that's one of the properties of a rectangle, is that opposite sides are the same. And if we say that this is the width, then this must also be the width, and this will be the exact same as the opposite side. So the perimeter is 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. So this is the length, 2x plus 1, and this is the width, x. So we have 2 times 2x plus 1 plus 2 times x. It's important here that you multiply. You don't need the centimeters part here. You can just stick that in at the end. So 2 times 2x is 4x, and 2 times 1 is 2, and then 2 times x is 2x. Remember, a number times a letter, we stick them together. So the question wanted the answer in its simplest form, so we have to simplify. So we have P, which stands for perimeter, is equal to 6x plus 2. And the 6x came from 4x plus 2x gives us 6x. Be careful here, it does not give you 6x squared. The powers don't change when you're adding or subtracting like terms. So we've come up with an expression for the perimeter in terms of x, and it is P is equal to 6x plus 2. And now I'm just going to stick on brackets and the centimeters. So this is our final answer to part 1. I'm just going to show you a different way you could have done part 1. Instead, you could say the perimeter is equal to length plus width plus width. So length is 2x plus 1 plus 2x plus 1, and the width is x, so plus x plus x. So I'm just going to get rid of the brackets now in the next step, because we're not actually multiplying anything into the brackets. And then 2x plus 2x plus 1x plus 1x is 6x, and 1 plus 1 is 2. And again, we just stick the brackets around it and stick on cm. Part 2, the perimeter of the rectangle is 44 centimeters. Write down an equation and solve it to find the value of x. So in part 1, we found that p, which is the perimeter, is equal to 6x plus 2. So we worked that out in part 1. So we have p is equal to 6x plus 2. So p stands for perimeter, and we are told in part 2 that the perimeter is 44 centimeters. So we're going to replace p with 44. So you can leave out the centimeters part here. So we have 44 equals 6x plus 2. So we've written down an equation. It's an equation because it has an equals in it. And now we want to solve it to find the value of x. So we're going to do letters to the left, numbers to the right. So when I say letters to the left, I mean any term containing a letter. So 6x has a letter in it. So we're going to move that over the equal sign to the left-hand side. And the sign will change. It will become minus 6x. And when I say numbers to the right, I mean any terms that are constant. So that means there's no letters in them. So numbers on their own. So 2 is a constant. It's already on the right-hand side. So that stays where it is. But 44 needs to move over to the right-hand side. And when you carry 44 over the equal sign, it becomes minus 44. So letters to the left, numbers to the right. So we get minus 6x is equal to 2 minus 44. So that gives us minus 6x minus 42, because 2 minus 44 is minus 42. And remember, we want to find the value of x. We want to solve for x, get x on its own. So since there's a minus 6 stuck onto the x, we're going to divide both sides by minus 6. So dividing both sides by minus 6, because what you do to the left, you do to the right. What you do to the right, you do to the left. So dividing both sides by minus 6, we get minus 6 divided by minus 6 is 1. So we have 1x on the left. And minus 42 divided by minus 6 is positive 7. A minus divided by minus is a plus, and 42 divided by 6 is 7. And 1x is just x. So we were asked to find the value of x, and x is equal to 7.